Hi, hello everyone. We are starting now. On behalf of the BAA team, welcome to the Done and Dusted 2021. For today's event, the topic is Initializing to the World of Stock Market, which is an event in collaboration with IUMW Accounting Club. We have been looking forward to this event and we hope you have a great time. Without further ado, I will pass this stage to our moderator, Diana, to introduce our speakers and begin the session. Okay, to you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Nadia. My name is Diana Sabri, and I'll be your moderator for today. Despite being in the pandemic, I am very grateful that we are all able to gather for today's event, Initializing the World of Stock Market. The aim of today's session is to introduce everyone to the world of stock market, basic investment, and many more. I believe that the session will be fruitful because we have our brilliant invited speakers, Madam Hani Raihan Ikhwan, the Vice President at the Malaysia Association of Remisers, and Tuan Haji Zainal Arifin, the Senior Vice President, Institution Sales at Inter-Pacific Securities Sendian Berhad. Without further ado, I would remind everyone to leave your questions in the chat box during the session as we will begin very soon. I shall pass the stage to Madam Hani and Tuan Haji Zainal right now.
Right, thank you, Diana. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everybody. Tuan Haji Zainal, Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, before that, I'd like to introduce myself and Tuan Haji. My name is Hani Raihan Ikhwan, as mentioned by Diana. And obviously, both of us would like to say thank you very much to the Accounting Club of IUMW and the BAA, is it? EBA Club, for inviting us to share with you guys this interesting topic. Okay, I've been a remiser with RHB Investment Bank since 1997, so that's 23 years. And currently, I've held various posts in various NGOs previously, but currently I'm holding the post of Vice President at Persama, which is the Persatuan Wakil Peniaga Saham or Remisers Association of Malaysia. All right. I want to talk about Haji Zainal. Now I'll introduce Haji Zainal. Haji Zainal has been in the industry since, well, how long is that, Tonaji? Not since
35 years.
Since 1985. I think most of you here weren't born yet. Well, he's a certified technical analyst. He's a certified technical analyst. He's a full member of the International Federation of Technical Analysts. He's a full member of the UK Society of Technical Analysts, and also a full member of a professional member of the Malaysian Association of Technical Analysts. He's currently holding with Inter-Pacific Securities. He's also the chairman of Koperasi Remiser Bumi Putra Berhad. And one of his main fortes is actually he's a principal consultant for the MSTE program, where he has helped to develop and certify more than 170 candidates from Malaysia to be certified technical analysts. So it's a professional course which Tuan Haji specializes in. All right, without further ado, I'm going to pass the session to Tuan Haji. Right. So before that, I just want to say that because we have been in the industry for so long, so when we were invited by you guys, by the students, to actually share about the stock market, we had to specifically ask what is it that you want to know, because if we were to just tell you everything that we know, I think you'd have a brain freeze or information overload. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Tuan Haji Zainal to share the slides and actually start with the session. Tuan Haji?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon to all of you. Yes, thank you very much to Diana and all the working committee for inviting us, I and Puan Hani, to give a talk to the university students. Okay, but unfortunately, I think we are not sharing the slide. How to share the slide? All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, okay. Actually, there's my picture. You can see if you can compare my photo with the one that is live. Actually, the live is more handsome than the photo. Okay. Um, all right. Next one. Okay. Now, I'm very sure that all of you you want to become a millionaire, right? Okay. So I'll show you how to become a millionaire in just 2 years' time. Okay. Let's see how is it. Okay. One. Okay. A millionaire in just 2 years' time. Okay. I know. I'm very sure that you know him. What's his name? Puan Hani, what's his name?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, DiCaprio. I'm sorry, I'm not
Movie junkie.
the Generation X. You see, yeah. Only that I know is Leonardo da Vinci only. Okay, this Leonardo DiCaprio is in the movie. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, is it Wolf of Wall Street? All right. Okay, how to become a millionaire in 2 years? Okay, let me show you how is the plan. You see, what is the plan? It is very conservative target. Okay? This is very conservative target, which means that if you are more aggressive, you can achieve it much earlier. One is that you trade, which we are talking about. You trade here means that you trade in the stock market or you trade in this other instruments, and your target is only 1% per day, or about 5% per week, and the initial capital is only 10,000 ringgit, and the total number of trade is roughly about 520 times, because it's 2 years, 104, and then you chop up your capital to gain initial capital, which means that you don't take out your money, which means that every time that you make money, that you compound and compound. Okay, so this is in 2 years' time. You see, by 10,000, you will get 1.6 million roughly. You see, about
Wow.
1.6 million. You see, that is how you see, if you are consistent, you see, consistent, which means that you're talking about only how much? Only about 1% only, 1% per day, 1% per day, or 5% per week, that you can hit 1 million, you see, more than 1 million, 1.5 million in just 2 years' time. Okay, let's start our journey on how that we can achieve this. You see, I've told you what's the plan, but then in what manner, or which what is the medium that we can hit this kind of 1 million per day, 1 million per in 2 years' time. Okay, this is how is it? You see, it's capital 10,000. Agent summary: one trade per day, target only 1%, and then you top up again to the initial capital, and it's compound. Keep on combining, you get 1.6 million. Okay, let's say no, it's just 1.6 million per year or 2 years. I think it is a bit too much. You see, let's say you cannot achieve that 1.6 million per year. Let's say now you only can achieve only 10% of it. Were you happy with that? If 10% of 1.6 million, I believe it's 160,000. 160,000 in 2 years' time, and your initial capital is only 10,000. I believe it is a very big return, isn't it? So I believe that it's worth for you to venture for this kind of investment. And in order for you to do that, you have to learn, or you have to gain some little knowledge on how to invest in the stock market or in the other instrument. Okay. Next one. Before that, when you talk about target of 1% per day, you see, is it difficult or is it hard? See, basically, it is not difficult. You can see, for example, like here, the target usually is 1 cent only. If $1, if the price is 1 ringgit, 1 cent is equivalent to 1%. So you can see that, I showed to you here, whereby that all of this is, you see, is more than 1 cent. Okay. Now, today I'm going to talk about the stock market. You see, the stock market also as known as a capital market, and stock market or equity market. See, all is a stock market. Okay. So what is this capital? What is stock market? The stock market or capital market is just like some other market. For example, like fish market, like for what vegetable market and all that. It's all the same. The market means that buyer and where the buyer and the seller met. So basically, in the stock market, is that where the buyer and seller met. But what they trade or what they exchange, it is a capital. That's why we call it capital market. Okay. So what is the function of the market in the economy? You see, the capital market is to transform that the saving to investment, and the investment you see generate growth, and so come back to the saving. So I believe if you learn about the economy, you have a subject in the economic subject, you will learn all of this, which means that from saving it go to investment and growth, the company will grow, the GDP grows and all that, and it go to the saving, and this will drive the country growth. Okay, how your purchase impact the capital market? Let's say, for example, let's say now, I believe that you know, or some of you might be using it. It's a MyV, you see, one of the most sellable car in Malaysia, and also a very reputable brand in small or compact car. And because you love the MyV, so that you buy the MyV car, or you ask your father or your parents to buy the MyV car, or maybe if you are a girl, you can ask your boyfriend to buy for you. Okay, hope that I'm very unfortunate I don't have that kind of girlfriend earlier. Okay, so when you buy the MyV car, the MPM resources sales goes up, and the economy have a good financial result. And the investors are very optimistic about the MBR, the MDM resources, and that is one of the factors that influence the stock price. Okay, so this capital market is divided into two. One is the primary market, that's deal with the new issue or securities or the IPO. And the next one is the secondary market, whereby that we deal with the outstanding securities, also known as the stock market. So in other words, to make it simple, it's like this. Before the share can be listed in the stock exchange, you can see that when you start moving all that, it have to go for the process, what we call a IPO. Okay. So the IPO, we call it primary market. There's a process of IPO. Why it goes for IPO? Because it's that the companies or the industry want to expand, and they want to get capital. So how to get the capital? There are two ways to get the capital, two ways to get the capital, or two ways to get the money for them to do the business. One is by equity, which means that is IPO, using the IPO or issue shares and all that. Another one is debt, which means that you borrow from the bank and all that. That's why it's so usually you can go to the route of IPO, which means that the company will give the IPO to the investor, and investor will invest in these businesses, and they will get a return. Okay. So in the secondary market, this is different, whereby that the company listed in the Bursa Malaysia and or the stock exchange, you see, and the investors buy their share, all the shares in the stock exchange using the stockbroker. So I am the stockbrokers. Okay. So next question. Why that we should invest in the stock market? See, there's some other thing. Can I put money in the bank? Yes. The main reason that you invest in the stock market is that to get a very good return or high return with a reasonable risk. See, and then when you make money, you see, you make investment, you make a lot of money. Then what for? So what's the purpose? You see, what's the big why there? You see, so that you can achieve a financial freedom. Okay. Of course, I can talk for hours for this only on this topic, but then I just only give you just a little bit only. Who else invest in the stock market? There is, for example, like EPF or KWSP, PNB, KWAP. KWAP means Kumpulan Wang Amanah Pension, which means there's the pension fund. You see, they invest, all of them are invest in the stock market. And all the rich people, you see, invest in the stock market. You just name it, anybody, all of them invest in the stock market. Okay. Okay. So, what else? One is that high return. I did profit. I told you earlier. Average return, how much? How much is average return? Average return usually about 20% per annum. This is about average. And next one, why that we invest stock market is liquidity. Liquidity means what? Liquidity, which means that when you buy or you sell in the stock market, it's very fast. Today that you sell your stock, you can get your money back in 2 days. Let's say now you buy a property, and you sell the property. How long you get back your money, or you get your sales proceed? perhaps 3 months or 6 months. It depends on what kind of property. But then the stock market is only just in 2 days, you'll get your money back. So that is why it's very liquidity at any time you can sell. Okay. Okay. And very low transaction cost. The most is about 0.06%. You compare to the property will take about at least 3 to 5% the transaction cost. Okay. And the freedom which means that you can invest from your own house or your own place, or you can invest from anywhere, provided that you have a internet and easy for you to monitor. Is it monitoring? It's very difficult for you to monitor, for example, like property or some other commodities or some other kind of investment. But in this stock market, that you can very easily for you to monitor. You just use the computer or use the internet, see? And you can easily monitor your portfolio. You can see the portfolio increase in value or decrease in value in just anywhere and at any time. And you can invest in your hand, which means that you can use even your phone. You can invest through your phone, using your phone or your handphones or your computers or whatever. Okay. Dear student, these are the people, the richest man in Malaysia. You see, and all of them involved in the stock market. Okay. These are the billionaires. You see, usually I put there's another spot there. You see, I usually at the middle I always put another spot there, but say listen, it's not in here because I reserved that spot for myself. You see, but then I still didn't achieve that. That's why the picture is not here. Okay, Robert Kwok. If you know the Shangri-La Hotel, that's belong to Robert Kwok. It's listed in the Bursa Malaysia. Ananda Krishnan, I think everybody knows him, or you don't know him. Also, I believe you know Maxis. You know, what's that? The TV, the I started watch TV. What's the name of TV?
Astro.
Astro. Astro. Astro. Yes. All right. Okay. Lim Kok Teh. Yes. Genting. You see. Kwek Lang Chan. IOI Corporation. Teh Hong Piao. Public Bank. Lee Xin Chan. IOI Corporation. Lee Xin Chan. So Kwek Lang Chan is Hong Leong. Sorry. Kwek Lang Chan is Hong Leong. Lee Xin Chan is IOI Corporation. Syed Mohtar Bukhari. There are so many. Bernas and all that. You see. Yu Tiong Lai is YTL. You see. Tiong Hiu King. This is from Sarawak. This is the timber and all that, Rimbunan Hijau and all that. And Vincent Tan, there is a Berjaya Group, Sports Toto, and all that. All of them are in the stock market and all of their company listed in Bursa Malaysia. Okay. And who else? Of course, as I mentioned earlier, there is EPF, Co-op, PNB, insurance company, unit trust company, all invest in the stock market. Okay. Now, how to start investing or trading in the stock market? All right. Okay. You want me to continue, Honey, or you want to take over?
Let me go through just a quick one with them. Tuanaji? All right, okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's, okay, how to start investing or trading in the stock market. Okay, the first step is, because I was reading in the YouTube, somebody was saying that you don't have 10,000, I have 10. Okay, correct. You want to start trading in or investing in the stock market? That's what you need. You need to have 10 ringgit. Why is that? Because you need to open a CDS account and trading account. Next, who's controlling the slide? Right. So you need to have a CDS account and trading account. Now, who can open a CDS account and trading account? First of all, you have to be 18 years and above, right? So you will need your IC when you want to open your account, and you will need to have a bank account, a local bank account. So you need to provide your bank statement, and normally you have to show the proof of your income. You need money to invest in the stock. So normally you need pay slips, but for students like you guys, you can actually, what we will need is actually the bank statement of your father or your mother, or if you guys are doing part-time teaching or selling something, so you can show proof that you are, you're driving Grab or something. You just need to show proof of your income and that you have money to buy stocks. All right. So first of all, the central depository, you have the CDS, or it's called Central Depository System. It's actually a place where when you buy shares, that is kept. And these, Alhamdulillah, you can actually easily open it via Bursa Anywhere. So Bursa Anywhere is a mobile app. It was recently launched last year due to the MCO. So that was one of the benefits of having the MCO. Suddenly, this was launched. So you guys can actually download this on your mobile phones via App Store or Play Store, Bursa Anywhere, and you just need to have handy your IC, your actual license. You have to take a picture of it, and you'd have to have your bank statement, right? And then just when you come up to the ADA part, it's called choose your primary ADA. Just choose Inter-Pacific Securities at Vijay Times Square and RHB Investment, Jalan Tun Razak. All right, Tony, if you can go back to the, I think, what was it? All right, okay, and then you have to open a trading account. And once you open these, you can actually have access to an online trading platform like Pack Online or RHB Invest. Right? But say if you don't have time to actually do it, you can actually call us, call me or Tonaji or your miser to actually place orders for you. All right. Next, you could push anywhere, and then we go to next. All right. Okay, I'm really excited about this. Okay, like Tonaji mentioned before, the capital market is divided into a primary market and a secondary market. So the primary market is before the shares are actually listed. So how do they get listed on the stock market? They have to go through a process which is called an IPO. IPO is an initial public offering. All right. So there is at the moment currently, for example, there is this company that has offered their share, which is called Teladan Setia. They are seeking for listing on the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia, and they are one of the top developers in Malacca. So the closing date is today, right? And they have offered their shares at 48 cents, and you can apply a minimum of 100 units, right? And if you look at the timeline there on the slides, it closes today. The balloting is on the 5th of March, and it will be listed on the 16th of March. So by the 16th of March, you can actually see on the Bursa Teladan Setia's name. And if we were to apply for the IPO during this process, and if you were to be successful, or you succeed in applying for the IPO, and you succeed during the balloting, you can actually sell your shares on the first day of the listing, which is on the 16th of March. So that's actually just a 2 weeks investment or your money. So and for the past, next slide. All right, not sure whether can we actually zoom in to the slide? You can't. Okay. Anyway, this is a performance showing a performance of the new listings, or IPO listings. The status as at the 1st of March. Oh wow. Okay, fantastic. I'm on. Wow. Okay. So let's go to the bottom of the screen. I think the previous listing before Teladan Setia was Mobilia Holdings. Mobilia Holdings was listed last month on the 26th of February. The offer price was 23 cents. Now, come on, you guys, tell me, can you guys afford 23 cents or minimum of 100 units? That's only 23 ringgit. So if you buy, say, 1,000 units, that's 230 ringgit. I'm sure you can allocate 230 ringgit of your money, of your savings, right? On the first day of its listing, it went up to a high of actually 74 cents, but it closed at 55 cents. It closed at 55.5 cents. So that's actually a premium of 141%. You need to say, right? If you got the shares, you bought the shares at 23 cents and you sold it on the first day, you sold it at 55.5 cents, your return on investment is 141%. So if you put 230 ringgit, you will get 550 ringgit. So where do you get that kind of return? In what investment? So the stock market, it's legitimate, it's regulated, and in January of that same in January there was another company, HPP. This was listed in January, right? The offer price was 36 cents. It closed on that, the price for that, the first day of listing was 71 cents. That's a premium of 97%. Means if you had bought it, you sold it at that price, you would have got a return of 97%. So is that good or not good, guys? All right. Okay. Next slide, Benji. Time flies. It's already 1 o'clock. But okay, next. I think that's about it. I'll pass it now back to Tuan Haji Zainal.
Okay, thank you, Puan Hani. Thank you very much. Thank you, Puan. Okay, now we go to just now. You just listen from Puan Hani about the IPO market or the primary market. Okay, now we're going to talk about the stock market or the what we call a secondary market. Okay, secondary market. Secondary market is also, which means that as you can see in the platform or whatever, you can see that all the prices will start to move and all that. All right, so now this also is called computer market, and it is in Bursa Malaysia. The name of our stock exchange is Bursa Malaysia. Previously, it was called Colombo Stock Exchange, but now it's called Bursa Malaysia. Okay, so these are the two animals that is very synonym to the stock market, which is bull and bear. Perhaps you can do some homework why that is called bull, why bull and bear are the animal of the stock market, and what else, or is there any other animal related to the stock market? So, okay, perhaps this can become your homework. Okay, if you go to the Bursa Malaysia, you see this is the bull and bear in front of the Bursa Malaysia. So whenever you go to Bursa Malaysia, make sure that you take a picture with these two animals, with this bull and this bear. Okay, this is a bull and bear, but this is in Frankfurt. Perhaps if you can go to travel overseas, you go to Frankfurt, you can see this bull and bear in Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Okay, and this is in New York. If you have New York Stock Exchange, there is a bull in front of the New York Stock Exchange. See, so when the market is up, or market is up, we call it a bullish market, or it's bull. You see, but then when the market is down, we call it bearish. When the market bearish, which is bear, when it is become bearish, so what happened to the bull? The bull will, that's what happened to the bull when the bear comes in. Okay, so in order for you to make money in the stock market, you see that you have to do certain things. One is that you have to plan your investment. So you have to set your goal, and then you have to set how, and then you have to know where you get the information, and then what to buy, and when you have to buy, when to sell, and also your money management. Okay. So, of course, in investment, there is a risk. See, so, but the question is that how high is the risk and how big is the return? So this is what we call a pyramid of risk, whereby the option, futures, and crypto is very high risk. Real estate, equity means the stock market, or mutual fund, which means that unit trust, is what we consider as a medium risk. And of course, the safe one is a government bond, or money market, cash and cash equivalent. But then, of course, if you talk about government bond, money market, and all of this, is the return is very low. You can see that if the high risk, a high return, and low risk is a low return. Okay. If you invest in stock market, you are a shareholder. What is your right as a shareholder? Okay, so these are all the rights of shareholders. You can Google it. It's all of these rights to receive income, to vote, to appoint proxies, and all of this. Your rights as shareholders. Okay. Now, next question: when the Bursa open? Okay, so this is the time, or between that the trading will start from 9:30 till 5 o'clock. You see, till 5 o'clock, there will be the trading time. But then the queue, or we can start key in, or your order will goes into the system starting from 8:30 p.m. We call it pre-opening, and then continuous trading. At 2 o'clock, you're pre-opening, and again at last at 4:50. Okay, Bursa Malaysia. In Bursa Malaysia, you see there is about 900 over stock that is listed on the counters listed in Bursa Malaysia, and they are Sharia compliant, also non-Sharia compliant. Okay. As at 31st December 2020, you see the size of this Bursa Malaysia, or this the size of the Islamic or Sharia value in the counters that is available in Bursa Malaysia is about 2.2 trillion. 2.2 trillion. 2.2 trillion. That is pasaran modal Islam. And there are total about 742 companies that is listed is a Sharia compliant. 6 of them are ETF, REITs, and also bond and sukuk. Perhaps in some other sessions, maybe you can talk about what is ETF, what is REITs and bond and sukuk and all that. Okay. Now, how to buy and sell shares? The first thing you need to open a CDS account. You see, and then who you have to contact to? You have to contact your remisers. Your remiser is a person who are a licensed person that you have to engage your remisers, or you can talk to your remisers for you to buy and sell stocks. Okay. In order for you to buy a shares, you need to have enough money. So which means that must be include the transaction cost. In order for you to sell, you must have a shares in your CDS account. Okay. And then the orders is matched all are electronically. So which means that there's no intervention, there's no human intervention. Which means that we goes into the system, you buy and sell through the system or through your handphone or that, and all is matched automatically or using the system. And there is no government or there is no human interventions. Okay. Okay, and we have a system we call T system, a T2 system, which means that you all the settlement you buy by T2. Okay, on T2. Okay, I think I'll skip this. Okay, never mind. Go on. Okay, on T2, which means the buyer will you have to pay on the T2, and if you're seller, you get your money on the T2. T2 means today is T0, tomorrow will be T1, the next day it means T2. You see how fast that you can get back your money. So which one that is why we call it the stock exchange or the stock market is very liquid. Okay. And in the stock market also, you see, there is a lot of big size. Maybe I can share with you something. All right, let me see whether I can share with you or not. This, how does it look like? Okay, all right. See, this is because now is lunch hour, so that's why it is not blinking. If it is live, it will be blinking. So you can see these are the numbers, or this the name of the counters. Close, high, low, and the buy and sell. The last transacted price, the changes from yesterday, the total volume transacted, and then the open price, these changes into percentage, last value, and the number of trades and all that. So if you open an account with the stockbrokers, you will get this platform, and this is where that you buy and sell the shares. That's which means that you press here and you buy, you come out, there is the system, and then you can use all of this to buy and sell. Or you want to sell, you can see here, you can just click here, and you can see there is all uh, to sell a module. And also from here, also you can see the indices or how is the market today, whether it's up or it's down. From here, you can see the sector that is going up, the plantation is down, REIT is down, the industry is up, and all that. So all of these available in the platform. Okay, let's say now. So each price, there is what we call a bid. A bid means that the minimum number, the minimum increase or decrease in the price. If the price of the share is 1 ringgit and below, you see, it will be, which means that it will be 1 bid equivalent to half cent. If the price is above 1 ringgit, 1 bid equivalent to 1 cent. Okay. So when you trade, there is small amount of money involved, which means we call it cost of transaction. There are two types of transaction. One is online, one is offline. Online means that you trade on your own, which means that you key in yourself through the computer or through the handphone and all that. Offline means that you call your brokers, hello, I want to buy or to sell shares. You say, okay, I want to buy Tenaga Nasional, for example. That is what we call offline. So that I will, as your remisers, we key in for you that your order. So of course, the order, the thing is the charges is different. Online is cheaper and offline is slightly higher. That's all only. But overall are still very, very low. So this is one of the concern. This is the total amount, or this is what you will charge. There is a brokerage, SST that you pay to the government, a stamp duty you pay to the government, and clearing fee that you pay to the stockbroker or to the stock exchange. You see, of course, as you can see that I am not very rich, because once you trade, I only get only about 12 ringgit, and I got to share with my brokers, so I'll get a very small amount. That's why I'm not very rich. Okay. as this is how you buy and sell using offline or using online. You just get in through online. This is a weather platform. Okay, this is I've shown you earlier. Okay, this is also the same thing that I've shown earlier. Okay, now next, where to get the information on the stock market? See, actually, there is a lot of places that you can get all the information, and most of it are free. They all are free information. See, for example, you can get a lot of information in the this reminder portal or the brokers portal, or you can go to Bursa Marketplace. It is also is free. And you can even this also you have the what we call the apps also available for Bursa Marketplace. There's a lot of information there in Bursa Marketplace. Let's see, can I show you to you? Maybe I can share with you Bursa Marketplace. bursamarketplace.com. All right. Okay. You see? Okay, this is Bursa Marketplace. You see? There are so many things, so many information is available in Bursa Market. You can learn. You say, for example, you want to learn. There's a lot of things you can learn from here. The Bursa Academy, the market, the equities, and there's so many things that is so much abundance. Okay. This is the Bursa Marketplace apps. You can download it from the Google Play or you can go to the App Store. Okay. And also you can have a lot of information from the Bursa Malaysia, and it is official. Any kind of announcement, the new announcement of the companies and all that will come up here first. Okay, this is a Bursa Malaysia market. And where else you can go for, let's say, for Majalah Labo, you can go to Malaysian Stock Biz, KLST Investors, and there are so many places that you can get all the information, and most of it are free. Okay. So what kind of information that you're looking for? You can see, for example, like current market price or price of your shares, your quarterly report, annual report, market analysis, stock analysis, or counter analysis, your portfolio and your CDS account, what is there, how much that you purchased, what have you purchased, how many shares you have in your CDS account, or you can see all in the platform. Your entitlement meaning entitlement. Entitlement means which means that if the company give you right issue, bonus issue, and all that. And also economic news, you're talking about what is our Malaysian GDP, for example, and all kind of news. Yeah? And then the company news and industry news and all kind of news, you can get all of this information is available in the platform. Okay, so these are the questions. There's a lot of what we call as excuses of the people that they don't want to invest in the stock market. They said, oh, stock market is just for rich people only. Not really. Even you as a student also, you can invest. You see. Maybe some of you know a person by the name of Warren Buffett. You see. Warren Buffett is a richest investor in the world. You see. His company names is Berkshire Hathaway. His company, the price of Berkshire Hathaway, I think about, I'm not mistaken, about 200 over 1,000 per share, one share. So which means that if you are holding one share of Berkshire Hathaway, you are a millionaire. He started to invest at the age of 14. See? So I believe most of you here are above 14 years old. So I still not a bit too late for you to invest, but then I think you can start now. Is it for the rich people only? No, not necessary. Even if 100 ringgit also, you can invest in the stock market. But the most important, you have to start. Okay. Next one, they said no money to invest. It's not that you have no money, but then you don't allocate for investment. What you have to do is that you have to save money and you start to allocate some money to do the investment. You don't understand, you can learn. You see, you don't know how, you can learn. Is it too complicated? No, it is very easy. You see? It's too risky. No, if it's too risky, PNB, EPF won't invest in the stock market. You see, not interested. If you are not interested, there's something wrong with you, because as I showed you earlier, you see, all of the rich people or rich men are involved in the stock market. Unless you don't want to be rich, you want to be poor all of your life, perhaps you don't want to get involved in the stock market. Okay, bad experience before, which means that, for example, that you incur losses. You see, that the reason that you lost is because you don't have the knowledge. You see, once you have the knowledge, that inshallah that you will lose money in the stock market. And phobia, of course, a lot of people phobia about money, but then if you have a proper planning, you see, I believe you can make money in the stock market. As I shown you earlier about the how to become a millionaire, that I've shown to you, you see, even in 2 years' time, if you are consistent, you can become a millionaire. So next question is why the price goes up and down. You see, the reason is that in the stock market, you see, it's a place where a lot of buyers and sellers met, and all of these people they have a different level of education, of knowledge, and all that. Some people might think, oh, this price now is a bit too high. I want to sell. Some people say, oh, this is cheap, so I will sell. That is why the price goes up and down. You see, and what make that these people make that kind of decision? So there is a lot of reason. One maybe because of economic fundamental, demand increase, or demand decrease. For example, exactly last year. So with the start of a pandemic of the COVID-19, see, you can see that all the glove companies that shoot up. Why? Because of the demand, high demand in a glove. You see, now the demand gloves is lower, so the price will start to come down. Company performance is a profit loss or quality of the management. And why? That's the reason why. It's a political or social environment, chaos, rumors, a festival, festive celebrations, and budget and all that. You see, we just have Chinese New Year, the year of a bull. You see, the year of bull. But then we thought that during the previous year was a year of rat. You see, a year of rat is a very good year for the stock market in Malaysia. So since the rat is small, you see, so we thought that the year of the bull is we got very much a bigger market, but at the moment, yes, that is still good, but they're not as good as last year. So we hope maybe this year will be better. You see, if you compare the size of the bull and the rat. So how you make money in the market? One is dividend. Dividend is the profit that distributed by the distribution of profit by the company, which means if they make money, they give part of your money, the part of their profit as a dividend. You see, for example, let's say now you invest in the Tenaga Nasional, for example. You see, this one that is supply the electricity. You every month that you pay the bills, you see, or your father pay the bill, you see, but you get back nothing, you see. But then if you are the shareholders of the Tenaga Nasional, you see, when they make money, you will get a dividend from the Tenaga Nasional. One. Second is the capital gain. What's the capital gain? Capital gain is the difference between the how much you pay and how much you get back, which means how much you buy or how much you sell. Okay. So the price of a shares goes up because of the growth in the company business or the belief that it will grow. Okay. Okay. So this is only way that you make money, that you buy low and you sell high, or you buy high, you sell low. Okay. And next question is that how to choose or what to buy. You say, okay, fine. All right, I want to invest. Okay, but what to buy? So there's a few ways for you to use or technique you can use. One, the most popular, there is a fundamental analysis. The second, also popular, is a technical analysis. Like myself, I am a certified technical analyst. So my forte is on the technical analysis. Okay. But today, I only talk to you or to show you a little bit about the value investing or the fundamental analysis that used by Warren Buffett to make the decision to buy or to sell for his investment. Okay, value investing. Okay, how to do the value investing? This is very good knowledge that you can use in some other business too. One is that this value investing is introduced by what we call intrinsic value, or by the name or the person of name of Benjamin Graham, who are the one that established what we call CFA Institute. CFA Institute is a Chartered Financial Analyst, or CFA. Perhaps that maybe you are interested to become a CFA. You can take the exam or CFA exam. And this is Benjamin Graham. He is Warren Buffett, the student of the Benjamin Graham. Okay, so now value investing. So just remember 3R. One is that the right business model. Two, the second R is right management. And the third R is the right valuation versus price. You see, is it only in the stock market? No. Let's say somebody or some of your friend is offer you a business. Let's say offer you a business. These are the three things you have to look at also. Okay. What does it mean? Okay. Right business model, which means that the circle of competence, which means that you invest something that you know. You see? Of course, today I'm just very brief. You see. And the next question, can the business sustain? Can the next 5 years, will the business still there or not? See? and what is the value of the business in future. That's what we call the right business model one. And track record, are they consistent growth, which means that they give every time they give profit or profit every quarter, for example, and a strong cash flow from the operation, and a low gearing, which means that there's low debt. Right management, which means that the integrity of the major shareholders. You have to read what is chairman's statement every year. The company have to do it's mandatory to have the AGM or annual general meeting, and the chairman will give a statement about the AGM, about the company, and all that. You can read what is their statement compared to their result and their action. And also the right management, you can see the track record, whether they pay dividend every year. If they don't pay dividend, why? Maybe there is a use involve a capex, for example. Capex means capital expenditure. So this have you to look at. And yes, the company will be good. Oh, the company is very good company, but it's very expensive. You have to look at the right valuation versus right price. For example, like PR. PR means price earnings ratio, less than 10, for example. Dividend yield, less than 5, or say more than 5, or dividend ratio is 1:2. This is for example. Okay. So the fundamental analysis is that will answer this kind of question. Is the company is growing? Is it making profit? Or is this position strong enough to outrun its competitors in the futures? Is it able to pay their debts? Or is the management strength to cook the book? Cook the book which means that they have not cooking the book, you see. So they cook the books which means that all of the the accounts or that, you see, maybe is for example like Enron, you see. That is what happened to the Enron. If you read, you can Google what's the Enron scandal, whereby that actually that's what you call cook the book.
We have accounting students on Aji, so I think they probably know the term.
Yes, all right. So if you are accounting student, I believe that you learn. I don't know whether you learn all of this. If you are accounting student, if you take the forensic accounting, then you learn all of this. It's the cook the book. Okay. We always say the accountant dress up the account, you see? And I'm also analyst, so usually we analysts, we undress the account. So the accountant dress the account, we undress the account. Okay. So this is where you can find a lot of information. There is a Bursa Marketplace, iTrade Investors, Malaysian Stock Biz, and all that. Okay. Okay, this is where you can go to Bursa Marketplace. I will go to. All right. Now, next one. If you do your own analysis, it's good, see? But then it will consume all of your time. You have to do a lot of reading of that. So the next one is the easiest way for us to study is that by reading the analyst report. See? So analysts they issue a report or they produce a report that you can get it from your brokers, you can get it from the Bursa Marketplace, you can get it from where else you can get it? Broker Bursa Marketplace, iTrade Investor, all that. See, now, how to read this analyst report? See, so these are the recommendation by the analyst. So this is the terminology. Either they said sell, or they said underperform, or they said hold, or they said outperform, or they said buy. So these are the recommendation usually by the analyst. Okay. So sell means of course you sell. Underperform means which means that you can start selling slowly. Hold means you are holding which means that you are indecisive whether you want to have you depend on what is the next going to happen. Outperform, which means that it is the sector is good or you can buy or accumulate, but strong means you can just buy immediately. So you will find all of this terminology inside the analyst report. Okay. So next one, why the stock market goes up and down? The main reason because supply and demand. What make there is increase in supply, increase demand? There is a fear and greed. Okay. So what else can influence the rising in price or closing down or going down, the price up or down, you see? So of course the Dow Jones, DJI, Dow Jones Industrial Index, DJI futures, regional market like Singapore market, Japan market, because you are global, you see? And the oil price or in Malaysia also, which means Malaysia also we're talking about the ringgit and USD, for example, the exchange rate. So these are among the things that can influence the stock market. Okay. Next is the career opportunity. Hani, you want to take over or you continue? All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, as a student, so after this, once you graduated, okay, what are you going to do? If you are interested to be in the capital market industry, you see, these are some of the specialized jobs in the capital market. Of course, there's a lot of other jobs, for example, like in the office, okay, for example, in the HR or in the computer, it's all is the same. But these are very specific in the capital market. You can become analyst. Like myself, I'm an analyst too. You see? I was analyst before. Like analyst, you can be analyst, you can become a remiser or dealers. Now I'm a remisers, okay, or dealers, between remisers and dealers, which means that dealers is employed by the company. You are remisers, you are independent. Okay. Or you can become fund manager. Okay, a fund manager, you see, or you can become compliance officer, or you can become system engineer, or system engineer. There's a lot of system engineer, which means that you can do all the robotic trading and all that. Or you also can become a marketing representative. Marketing representative means that you just introduce the client to the brokers and you get the commission. And all of these, most of it are licensed. You have to take the exam or the extra exam in AC for you to be registered or to be licensed in order for you to be this kind of job. Okay, as analysts, the pay is in Malaysia is not as good as in overseas. You see, so junior analyst you can get about you start to work, maybe you can get your pay maybe about roughly about 3 to 4 thousand. The senior analyst, your pay is about 12,000, 12 to 15,000. So as the remisers, it depends. You see, you can, for example, like last August, August 2020, there are a few remisers earn 500,000 in 1 month.
Young remisers, mind you, Tunaji.
Very young
Young
remisers, I
remisers.
think about less than 30 years old. See,
Yeah.
1 month,
But
300,000. Another remiser earn roughly a measure about 300,000, and average remisers we earn about roughly, it's not much, about 100,000 per year per month. You see, so it's not much. If you're a fund manager, also is a very good job or a very good. The pay is a fund manager usually about 20,000 roughly, and compliance officer it depends if you are senior enough, 12 to 15,000. Compliance officer, engineer, I'm not very sure how much they pay, but the marketing rep it depends how much you get. Some of the marketing rep can get about 5 to 10,000 a month. So it depends on the which level you are. These are among the specialized job in the capital market. Okay. Next one. You have some more slide or not? Let's see.
no,
Oh, there's a
that's
last
it.
slide. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much to all the students. Okay, all right. I pass back to you, Diana.
So timing is good. Let's call back Diana.
Madam, thank you so much, Tuan Haji Zainal. I totally agree with everything that you both shared. It was very insightful, very fruitful. As a student, I really hope that one day I can be as great as the both of you. All right. So moving on, maybe we can move on to the Q&A session. We will choose the questions can be from the YouTube comments as well from our viewers. All right. So moving on to the first question. Let me see. All right, so we'll start now. To Madam Hani, is it possible for foreigners to invest for stocks in Malaysia? If so, how does the procedures differ than that of a local investor?
All right, okay. Yes, the answer is yes. And basically, the main difference is, of course, they don't have an IC. They have to provide their passport, but they do need to have a local bank account, right? So it's as simple as that. Just come to the broking house, bring your passport, bring your bank statement, and if you are currently employed, or just bring a payslip here, and you can open an account. And once you go back to your country, or you go anywhere else in the world, I mean, you can still have access to that account, and you can still actually use it to buy and sell stocks wherever you are. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you so much, Madam. All right, so moving on, maybe we can have the second question now. All right, so by the way of looking at the company's prior year's annual reports, what are the characteristics that would indicate a good investment? So, Madam or Tuan Haji, either of you can answer this question.
Tuan Haji.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. By way of looking at the company's prior year's annual report, what are the characteristics that would indicate a good investment? Okay. Basically, a good business that is a growing business. So, which means that if the company is keep on growing, so how big is the growing is considered good? Usually is above of 20% is a very good growth. So which means that, let's say, for example, the company grows 20%. Last year 20%, this year 20%. So that is one of the indicator that is the company is good. So basically, this is a business. You are buying a business, you see. So what does it mean, good business? Good business means this means that they are making a good profit. So if they can make a good profit, that's it. So of course, how to measure or how to measure profit. See, there are a few ways to measure. It's take quite a long time for us to explain all of this. But then one of the way for us to measure that we use a PE ratio. There is a price earning ratio. We take the average price and then we do take the average PE and then we compare that average PE. For example, that we look for example, 10 years average PE and we compare the price now. Is it higher than the average or is it a lower than average? That is the simplest way for you to do the analysis whether the company is good or not. But of course, I'm talking about here means like this, you see. The company might be good, but the price is so expensive. How do you know it's expensive or it's cheap? You see? So usually we use the P ratio to determine whether it's cheap or it is expensive. You see? Remember that I just shared just now earlier between the price and value. You see? So that is the answer that I can give you lah. Thank you very much.
All right,
Okay,
Tuan
next question.
Haji. So, basically, you're telling us that we should go through the company annual report and the information like that we can gain from the company, right?
That's right. All of this
Okay.
available for free in
All
the
right.
Bursa Marketplace and also in Bursa website.
Totally understandable. Okay, moving on to the third question. So here, Dr. Genevieve Tan asks, is investing in the local stock market a better option or investing in international stocks? A very interesting question. So maybe Madam, would you like to answer?
All right. Okay. Yes. Very interesting question indeed. Thank you, Diana. All right, Dr. Genevieve. Oh, geez, I remember the cartoon Genevieve in Paris. Anyway, Dr. Genevieve Tan. Well, it's not a matter of is it a better option or not. Investing in anything really depends on you yourself because you cannot compare yourself to another investor. Like I do a lot of investing in IPOs. Somebody else may do something else. So when you talk about international, for example, US stocks, you have their trading hours are from 9 to 5, which is 9 to 5 their time, which is 9 p.m. our time until 5 p.m. 5 a.m. our time. So that requires berjaga malam lah, right? So, but in terms of the returns, you make good returns from both. You can make good returns from both using fundamental analysis and also technical analysis to assess your stock selections and your entry and exit points. So it really depends on the investor. Is that hello, Jenna? I think that's it. I mean, I cannot say it is the better option investing in international stocks. It depends on you yourself as an investor.
Thank you so much. We totally
Okay,
get
let's say I add a little bit about that. You see, the first thing in investing, especially if you are new, you see that invest something that you know. Okay? So that is the best thing to do. That's investing something that you know. But of course, if you know about the market already, which one is better, whether it's local or international? Of course, to invest in the international market, you have a better exposure. You have a lot more choices, and you can get perhaps you might get a higher return. The only thing is that, for example, like you want to invest in US, for example, US market or in New York Stock Exchange, there is a different in time. The time is different. You see, uh, now is, for example, in the New York is at 1:30 a.m. You see, and they are trading at 1:30 a.m. Only they are doing the trading, and that time is our sleeping time. So there is a little bit inconvenience for us to trade in the international stock. So usually what we do, you see, for example, even myself also, that we put our money with the private mandate or the fund managers and let the fund manager trade for us for the international stock. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Tuan Haji. So moving on, we can have maybe the last question before a little bit of chit chat session.
There's quite a number of questions in the YouTube actually, Diana. Okay.
Yes, actually, and I see that you have answered some. Thank you so much, madam.
Yep, no problem.
In
Okay.
Malaysia, will the gain made from selling stocks be subject to tax? Honestly, as a student, I would also want to know about this one.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, there's a lot of questions asked this kind of question. Is our gain from the selling stock or what we call capital gain tax? Is there any capital gain tax in Malaysia? In Malaysia, the capital gain tax is only on the property, not on the stock. So basically, all of you are very lucky that in Malaysia there is no capital gain tax. You see, so any amount of money that you make, whether you make 100% or 1,000%, that is a zero tax. In Australia, the tax for the capital gain tax, which means that your profit from the stock market or trading the stock market is a 40% tax.
Wow.
That is in Australia. You see, in other countries also, yes, they do have quite a high tax range from 10%, 20%, 30%. But in Australia, it's 40%. But in Malaysia, there is a 0% as at now. Maybe next year they will be imposed or they will introduce this capital gain tax. That I don't know, because there was rumors. They said they want to introduce the capital gain tax in the 2018 budget, but then that is it's not materialized. Till now, there is no tax, and it is still a zero tax for the capital gain from the trading in the stock market. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tuan Haji, for the very clear explanation. Maybe we can have a few more questions. Moving on to the next question, please. Let us choose. All right. Wow, Faizan, your question is very great. In Malaysian market, which kind of stock has better future outlook? A FMCG stock or natural gas and energy stock, regardless of their current performance?
I
Thank you
think
so much.
Wanaji answered that as well. FMCG, by the way, is a fast-moving consumer goods.
Okay. I don't think this question comes from a student. So unless you are a traders, only you can ask this kind of question. All right. Okay. It depends on the company. So it's depend on the company. Of course, basically it's just depend on the company. But you're in terms of sectorial. Okay, we talk about in terms of sectorial. Okay, in terms of sector. Now for the time being, at this kind of time, that the stock or what you call is gas or energy stock, and also the natural energy, for example, like the solar panels on that. Yes, it is very highly in demand. Highly in demand, which means that the price also start to move up. As you can see that the oil price now is above 60 USD per barrel now. You see, because of the why? Because of the vaccine. You see, as you can see that during the last year, during the COVID, you see there is a lot of industry is not moving. The transport is not moving. So there is less demand for the oil. But now you can see now, even in Malaysia, also in Kuala Lumpur, you can see the road start to jam up. You see, after 1 year, now you can see there is the road is a lot of cars and all that, and also very soon we were allowed to travel, air travel and all that. So this increased the demand for the oil, and that's why you can see the company that's related to the oil also start to move up. You see. And of course, FMCG, there is a lot of categories. And at the moment, the one that is still good is internet related or internet of things. So if you say in what kind of stock there is better future outlook, whether it's FMCG or stock or natural gas or energy stock. But basically, all of these are still good in the Bursa Malaysia, because now is what we call a time of recovery. Okay? So we believe this year is recovery year, and hope inshallah that we can achieve a 7% growth for the 2021. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Tuan Haji. Faizan, I hope we are all clear now. So, Madam, I somehow came across your comment in the YouTube chat that actually caught my eyes. You said here that everyone should chill because anything new will be confusing. But as time goes by, it will actually determine our level of success. So, what will be your advice, Madam Tuan Haji, for students that find this whole stock market thing that is actually very complicated? Actually, as a new beginner trader myself, which I just started,
Oh,
it's
congrats.
Oh,
really,
congratulations.
thank you. It really is confusing. I started to learn about fundamental technical analysis, but
Wow.
sometimes I do feel like giving up, and I do believe that our viewers feel the same way. So, what would you be your advice for the students?
All right. Okay. Then, firstly, congrats. I mean, your friends out there should follow suit. I think most of you, if you're doing accounting or finance courses, I think your lecturers would probably ask you to open accounts and actually try to buy or sell stocks. Is that correct, Diana?
Yes, but I think for my course I haven't reached there yet, but we do
Oh,
learn the.
all right. Okay.
But
Okay.
I think we'll
Okay.
come across that.
Okay, but anyway, what I meant to say is yes, because I made that comment just now because Tonaji put up the screen where he showed all the prices and everybody was like, "Wow, this is like confusing." Yep, yep. What's the green? What's the red? What's the yellow? Why is it blinking? Why is it not blinking? And all that. It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to take in. So one thing that I can actually advise, that I can tell newbies, have a group of friends. Don't do it alone. Okay, because in anything at all, if you have support, and you need to get excited. Sometimes you're enthusiastic about it. You don't want to do it alone. I mean, you have to get other people excited about it as well, so you can do it together. That's my take. Tonaji, any advice for the newbies?
Okay. The first thing that you say
Tonaji, I think you're muted.
okay, the first thing that you need to learn on anything that's new, of course, you need to learn. But I assure all of you is that investment or investment knowledge is a very easy, you see, and there's a lot of information, and most of it is free. You see, most of it free. Uh, you can go to Bursa Marketplace. There's a lot of videos, articles, and you can read all of that. You see that, and actually, it's very simple. If you know you understand what you're looking for. See, remember that you want to buy. You see, you want a good stock. Why you want to buy good stock? The reason is that you want to buy. You want to sell it at a higher price later. That's all, isn't it? So now, what makes that company value higher in the later, which means in future? So you have to look at it. Is that we have to value, or we have to what we call make calculate or comparison whether the price will move higher. How to make the comparison? Okay, of course, it's technical analysis or fundamental analysis. Let's say now the one that I covered in the fundamental analysis. The one that remember that I told you is that you look at the price and value. You see whether the
Yes,
price is high or the price or value is low. So
the
how to determine the
financial
price or value?
performance, right, Tuan Haji?
Yes, the
Of
performance
the
of the
company.
company. So,
Yes.
so in fact, you look at the previous slide, you can see that you see just a performance of the company, and you want to know. Other than that, it's a very simple because just a technical jargons and all that. All is available in the internet, and it's very easy for you to learn. In fact, if you want to learn about accounting, it's more difficult than to learn about the stock market because there are so many resources. You can go to Bursa Marketplace. There are almost everything. What you can do is just read, and there is Investopedia. There is what's that? The There are so many, there are so many. So the trading, the what is called investing.com. There are so many that is, that is available. So it just need to read, and of course, also there is in the, for example, like in the Bursa marketplace, that you can learn to trade. But the first thing you have to do before you trade with your actual money, you can do the paper trade. So you learn how to trade in that using what we call a trading olo or what we call a paper trade. You see,
The demo account, right, Tuan Haji?
that's right, demo
We
account. Yes,
pretend like we
yes,
are investing. So
That's
I
that's right.
think
right.
student, my classmates would all use this advice where we
Yes,
can fakely trade.
Yes.
yes, that's
Pretend
right.
as if we put in money and trade. I think that is actually a good advice. Thank you so much, Madam and Tuan Haji,
Yes,
for beginners
But
like
that's
the
right.
us.
thing is, but the thing is, Diana, you have to treat it. You have to, treat it like it's actual trading. Yes, it's
Yes,
not your money, but the research that you do, and the basis that why you buy, why you
yes.
sell, why you decide, you have to do that.
So I have to monitor it just as if I'm actually investing with my
Exactly,
real money. Yeah.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
So
And
someone actually asked, where can we paper invest? We can also do that in the Bursa Marketplace app, right, Tuan Haji? Right? Yeah. So I hope
you
that
can
Yes,
actually.
you,
yes,
you
you
can
can do it
you
in
can
the marketplace.
you can actually do, and you can actually have a game. I mean, like in Bursa Marketplace, you can actually have a trading game in between you guys. I mean, like say you have
Hmm.
10 of you or 20 of you, and okay, let's see who wins. Like siapa menang belanja ke apa ke, but it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
fake
very
money
nice.
lah. Uh,
I heard in some other universities, the lecturer actually asked the students to do that, to use the demo account, and which student that actually makes the most profit will actually get the highest mark for the assignment. I think that is a
wow,
great
it
initiative.
is.
Yeah.
It
So yeah,
is.
my
It
friend
is.
from the UITM actually did that.
Yes. It actually way back in 2009. Both of us were involved with Pribumi, Persatuan Remaja Bumi Putra Malaysia, and then we actually did a program whereby we had a investment camp where we went to the whole of Malaysia to universities all throughout Malaysia, and we had a trading game, investment game, and
Yeah,
the first prize was actually 10,000 ringgit.
this is very, very nice.
So hopefully one day we probably can do something like that again
Yeah.
for.
So, Madam and Tuan Haji, as a beginner trader myself, as a student, I'm speaking behalf of the viewers here. You see,
Mhm.
as a beginner, sometimes we tend to see news online, and we tend to read the unlicensed people. They actually give out buy calls and influence people to buy from certain stock, from certain counter, certain company. What do you think of that? Since that is very against the law, actually. What
Yeah.
be your advice and your view on this?
Okay.
Okay, when you talk about the buy call and that, the first thing is that you must have a license to give a buy call. You see,
Yes.
so there is one a license or one of the what we call as a career you can be. Also, there is a call license. We call it investment advisory. So, in order for you to give advice in investment, you must have a license. You see, like either you want to give can give the advice is either you are an investment advisory or you are a remiser like us. That's yes, we can give the this recommendation and all that to our clients. Okay, one. And then the next one is that you're talking about the illegal activities. The one that is illegal is what we call insider trading. Insider trading means that they use the information that is not available to the public to make gain or to make money in the stock market. So that is what
Yes.
we call as insider trading. Another one is that they purposely create the news in the social medias, or they all say we are buying, or somebody is buying, or say the price goes up, and they entice you to buy in the shares or to invest in that particular stock. So that also is illegal. So the best things to do that you do your own research. You should know that why you buy. You see, it's not just to listen to other people, you see, and you just follow blindly. You see, you can never make money or you can make money sometime, but then you can never be rich, and you can make money consistently in the stock market if you follow other people. You see, I myself, I involve a lot in trainings. You see, I give training, or I give free Facebook Live every Sunday at 10 p.m. and also in the Facebook every sometimes it's once a week or twice a week in the Facebook during the market session. You see, just to educate my client and also to the public. You see, so that they can become an informed investor. So they're not just to follow all that. Yes, you can. Of course, it's hard for you to close your ears and then you don't want to listen all of this news and all that. You see, but when you read all the news or you listen to this kind of news or these rumors, you see what you have to do is that you do your own evaluation. The basic is still the same. The company or the price we move up is the company is believe or they can make money. That's all. You see. So there is no magic formula in the stock market. See? They are very basic. Is that if the company is good, they are making money, the price should be higher. That's it. You see.
Yes, Tuan Haji. So here I will take note that actually beginners, students should actually do, firstly, we do our own research and not to believe everything that we hear online or offline, not to get easily influenced. Right, Tuan Haji?
That's right. You're right.
If I see some news that say, or maybe this person is coming up with a very huge project, I should not just simply believe it and maybe go in deeper to make my own research. Right, madam, right, Tuan Haji?
That's right. Yes.
Somebody gave me some very sound advice. When you invest in something, the best test that you have made the right decision is actually the sleeping test. So if you buy something and you can actually sleep at night soundly without worrying whether is the price going to drop, is the price going to go up, is that have I done nothing? So if you can sleep soundly, then you have made actually the right decision, or you've probably done enough research to actually feel comfortable with whichever way the price goes. You know that the company is a good company. Ultimately, it will go back up. The price will be as per the value of the company. So
Yes, madam. Thank you so much. Well, I was going through the Google form and I actually saw one question that asked, do you think it's suitable for students to be full-time trader, Tuan Haji, madam? Or do you think students should just be part-time traders, or we do it when we are free? Not like every day from the market opens 9 until 5:30 when Bursa actually closes. So since that would be my last question, Tuan Haji and Madam, you can answer and give your last advice to us. Thank you so much.
okay.
Okay. Well, you are not a trader.
Tuan Haji, you're muted, Tuan Haji.
Okay, well, you are a student. You are not a trader. You see, so as a student, what is the function or what is the responsibility of a student? So basically, as a responsibility of student, that you have to pass your exam. That is your main responsibility, and not trading. So my advice as a student, you have to concentrate on your study. So at the same time, you can learn how to invest, and also you can invest in part time. See, so as it goes along, once you graduated, you start working, and then you can become a full time trader, or you can choose as a full time trader as your career. So, but not at the study time. In this kind of time, or you as a student, you should use your responsibility is to become a student, is to pass the exam. Yes. And I wish all of you good luck, you see, and pass with the flying colors.
Yeah.
And become a trader.
I mean, likewise, Diana. I'm a mother myself, and my son is in university as well. So yes, in anything that you do in life, at that moment, if your responsibility is as a student, that's what you should be doing and focusing 100%. It doesn't mean that you can't do other stuff. Yes, you can, but you must remember that's your main responsibility that has been given to you at that point in time. by your parents, by Allah, or by I mean, for all you know, that you have to do it. You have to do it 100%. Give your best on what is your main responsibility, right? But like Tonaji said, and we said earlier, that in learning about investing, learning about the stock market, it's a it's a fantastic knowledge that, yes, everybody. I mean, I'm very passionate with what I do, and it gives me what's called goose pimples, that when I think about it, that I haven't done enough to actually educate others out there, that that there might be somebody out there that doesn't know about investment, because it's a life skill. It's a living skill that everybody needs to know about investment. All right. So that's my take. Thank you, and I wish all of you all the best. You know,
Thank you.
and I
Thank
wish
you
you good luck.
so much, Madam. Thank you so much, Tuan Haji. It's truly a privilege to have the both of you today. Everything that came out from your mouth was very insightful. I truly appreciate it as a student and also as a new trader myself. I would really, on behalf of the viewers and everyone else, would like to really thank you. Thank you so much. I guess that is all for today's session. Now I will pass the platform back to Mars, the BA representative, to end the ceremony. Thank you.
Hello guys, I hope you guys really benefit from all of this event today, all talk. Thank you to Diana for our MC today. Some questions were picked from her own mind. And also thank you very, very much to our Madam Hani Raihan and also Tuan Haji Zainal Arifin. Okay, if you guys want to know, we have 3 more upcoming events for this whole March. So please go to our Instagram and click on the link tree in our bio to register. E-sets will be given to those who only registered, okay? So thank you very much to you guys, the participants who had stayed from 12:30 or before until now. I hope this will benefit you guys later to kickstart your journey, okay? Bye-bye.